Well, we're back one more day. I got some good comments about the colors and the idea of this. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Encourages me. I have finished this side of the picture, and I know it's hard to see the background, but it is a little brighter than what it looks like on the camera. But I thought it turned out very pretty, and we're going to work on the other side today. And we just mixed a little more of the distressed ink in, and then used a little bit of a pencil around a couple of places. This one is distressed ink. I mixed it a little bit. These here, it just turned out really pretty. So today we're going to finish up this side and see where it takes us. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with some of the distressed inks and my little brush, which I left how to get there in my last in the first video, the brush and the stencils. So if you want to see those, look in the comments of that. And I need the other purple as well. Okay, so I kind of mixed the purples a little bit because they're two different colors. And I'm going to do, I'm just doing these bigger leaves, and I'm just learning to use a soft touch because I have a book that I want to do the whole book, and the reason I bought it is to do it all in my distressed inks. And I also used, I don't see my used one, so we'll have to get a new one, and just the little eyeshadow, and it got me right down where I needed to go. And you can use the side to pull it in. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because I didn't have a lot of variety of purples, and this gave me a couple more. Well, I was doing better on the other one, but we're just gonna I'm just working where I got it the darkest a little bit out, so it blends a little better. And I'm going to make sure I put the lids back on immediately because I won't know what color really is what color. So now we're going to do this one here. it's just a little different. If you don't have any of these, just color it in. I just thought they were added to what I don't have. Moving things out of my way because I want to do these two here. And we got to color our little froggy. What's kind of cool is the we're going to use some pencil on these too. And I have a littler one I could get in there. So I think for now, I'm going to leave that. And I did do some green. But for now, we're going to just leave them all as is until we get done. So, I just like how that turned out, the green in that. So I'm trying to use the green more sparingly, but we still need to add balance with the green. So let me just see where we're at here. Let's do these. So I think we'll do these in two different colors. Let me find my other lighter. Okay, this is a light magenta, 119, and a violet, 160. So I'm just kind of going over the top a little bit with the violet. And I wore my purple ring today to go with. I don't wear it a lot because it's heavy, but I think it's so pretty. This woman on HSN, I think it is. I've had him for quite a while. She is a very colorful jewelist. If you know, I can't think of who her name is right now. I used to know it, but I don't wear a lot of my jewelry anymore. So these leaves I'm going to make solid. And then these I'm just going to do the tops of them. With the violet and the bottom with the magenta. As this magenta is definitely in the background color. Okay, let's do this one here. Give you a weather forecast every time I get on. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. we'll see what happens. All I do is color. I love this so much. I'm enjoying it a lot. And I really want to do some crocheting too. I want to work on my little bear and finish up his. He's kind of a little reggae dressed bear. I crochet him, and I learned to do that this winter, which I think I've mentioned before. But the little one, I will show them one of these days. When I get the other one finished, I'll show them. But you crochet the bear, and then you crochet. I have such a raspy voice. Their little clothes. And then you have the little eyes that you set in like you do the old-fashioned dolls. But this is a little reggae bear. And I don't know why, but he's so fat. His belly and his little back end. He's cute, but he's fat. He's got a little pair of blue coveralls. And I went down and found me a little newborn t-shirt for him. It's a onesie, but for him it's a t-shirt. And I got him some of those little round glasses that he wears, which I thought was so cute. And he's got a little hat. And so now I gotta crochet his shoes, his little boots. And he has a little guitar. If you can imagine, you crochet these things. I've always crocheted, but I just kind of made up some little doily patterns. I never knew too much. My one aunt by marriage taught me, and then she made me a bunch of them. We were good friends. She was a nice lady. Her name was Aunt Minnie. They're Italians. Oh my gosh. How come I'm getting out of the line? I ask myself that every time, don't I? What color? I heard you. Violet 138. I'm just trying to spread dark and light what I have around. I was going to show you my orchids. I thought they turned out really pretty. And my little gecko, he's bright enough. I've learned to make them bright enough so that they show up in the jungle, because if not, you don't see them. But I just added enough green through it to just kind of blend the colors together. And then I got this background a little dark, so I took my little it looks like clay, and I just bounced it up and down on this background until a lot of it came out, and it did. It's called a meeting, MEAD, meeting. Anyway, it's an eraser, and it looks like a little gray square. When I first saw people using it in other art projects, I didn't know what it was. And then I found it and I was like, oh. I think mine is so old, and I haven't used all of that. That's just one piece that I've had forever. So I'm thinking I need to pull another piece off. I don't know if it all gets old, but I'm old, so you can only imagine how long I've had it. Sometimes it's just hard to believe I'm 72 years old. And on the other ones, I just kind of, just like as if I used pencil, I just kind of went around the edges and blended some of the color in. And it blends very nicely. I mean, if you just lightly pull it together, it just adds a little more dimension and color. So at least with this picture, I'm going to show you the book. This is the book, The Ink House, and I want to also do this all in the distressed inks as I think I'm saying her name right, Zucchina Kitty, Karen, and her name is Karen. She did the whole book, and if I can even accomplish somewhat of what she's done, I'll be happy. So that's why I'm trying to incorporate some of this distressed ink so that I get used to using it instead of being a fraidy cat. Just get in there and do it, huh? Because I've never really used it. I've always wanted to. Even when I was doing cards, I might have had a color. I don't know. At one point, I sent all of my craft stuff to my granddaughter. I think there was 3 big boxes. Well, I could do that again. I decided this just needed a little green. There's no green on this side, and I needed some green in this side. And that looks pretty with the purple on the outside. And then, let me find one with a sharper point. We're just going to do these little leaves in a solid. And we have a butterfly and a frog. And I'm going to do my butterfly in my gel pens. I got some new ones. I'm done buying gel pens. I think I have every color that I could possibly want. Okay, so let's work on these. I did this one in green, so I was trying to decide. I think I'm going to do these in purple and then maybe green down here. So let's just start in. Make it dark enough where my little flower is going to just stand out. Then I can lighten it up as I come out. There's so many ways to do these. And I don't think any way is wrong. That's okay, so we're doing this one. And we'll be able to go over that green one that I made. And it'll be okay. Okay. We're only limited by our imagination, right? And if we don't jump in and try it, I'm just trying to encourage you to try. And if you really hate what you just did, I have taken pages out. Not because I didn't like what I did, because I didn't like the page at all. I love violets. I don't know if you guys like my stories or not, but if you don't, just say so in the memo and I'll quit telling them. But we used to go hiking up in the Rocky Mountains. And we would go back in a couple of miles at least, sometimes more. Usually not too far, but anyway, I remember one spring when we went up there, because we took our tent, our food, whatever you could carry on your back, that's what you took. If you couldn't carry it, you didn't need it. And we went with the kids a lot. Sometimes the kids would stay with somebody, and sometimes friends would go along. But I remember we got to this one place. and the ground was green and covered in wild violets. It was just like walking on a field of wild violets. It was so, so pretty. It's just beautiful. There's so many wildflowers in the mountains that we never see if you don't get there at a certain time of the year. Just beautiful. I remember one time, I guess they call it the harvest moon, but when you get up that high in the mountains on the Rockies and the moon is like that, you've seen it where it's big, but this was huge. It was like it took in most of the sky. And we were sitting there fishing by a nice size little lake. It wasn't, you know, it was in the mountains, so it's just whatever. But that moon was so huge. It was, I mean, I was in awe. It was so beautiful that night. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. And the fish were biting and the kids were having a good time. And we had a campfire and it was just the most beautiful night. It was so, so pretty. Incredible. It was one of those lifetime experiences that you never, ever forget. I'm going to add a little yellow in here. What is this one? Dark Cad Yellow, 108, and I'm using green yellow, 168. And then I'm going to go over the top of it to soften it. And it'll look just like the distressed. The distressed has such a soft look to it. It's just so pretty. That leaf isn't behaving. I guess I put too much wax or something in it. Well, this is oil, so I don't know. I don't know why it does that sometimes. And it's still kind of weird. Let's take a different colored green and see what happens. Nothing. It's doing nothing. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it alone because that's the best I can do. So we were gonna do these in the green too. I wonder if we did a little distressed ink. Let me get my little tiny brush. Let's see what happens. Then we'll come back in with the pencils. I'm going to do these two. And I'm going to put a little green in here, but we will probably make these purple. But let's see what happens. Just mix some color in with it. So we need the lid. Oh. Trying to decide what to do with it. I don't want to do anything on the other side. I'm just on the one. Kind of like that. Just darken it down in there. Kind of pulling it down. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, so we're going to do this one. But this time, let's see if we put some lavender. No, this is magenta violet. Okay. So heavy on the outside, a little more. Blend it in. Just doing it kind of light. Just gonna let that green kind of pop through the center. You could do that with the pencils too. Just put your green down in the center. I don't know what I'm doing, we're just doing it. Maybe just a little bit on this edge and leave some of the more of the green. And under here. just on this one side. Just very gently pulling it through. Okay, and we could take our yellow green, light green, and you could use that to kind of blend it back into that. Even though that's distressed ink underneath here. And just kind of leave it like that. That's pretty, huh? Alright, so now we got those, and then we'll do our little butterfly with our millions. I had to get 2 jars, but I have a bucket I'm going to switch that I got at the Goodwill. So these are going to be purple. We can put some green in here, a little bit of green here. So I think we're just going to add some purple into these. We don't have to do a lot. So I really like the green and the purples together. Kind of. Okay. So let's do this one kind of the same way. I try to keep my fingers back so you can actually see the pencil and what it's doing. Okay. Just kind of follow the veins and just add a little more green. Okay, so let's do our little butterfly. Let's see if we got some purples. Purple. And we got a gold and a green. Not sure that's going to be plenty. These new ones that I got. Oh, these are all these. These usually always work. So I'm just gonna do a little here, a little there. I just love these for all these butterflies. They're so pretty. There's a double page in here that's all butterflies everywhere. And I colored all the butterflies. With these pencils, and they're all over the place. And then there's green. You probably know which one I'm talking about. But I really, really like it. It's going to take me a while to get all the green painted, so I just work on it a little bit at a time. Now that I got all my butterflies painted. I love these gel pens. That's why I bought so many now. These are the jelly pen. They're all it's spelled Sakura. Any of these, all are so pretty. And they just flow. I got the white set, and they come in different sizes like you would with the micro pens. The only one I have trouble with in all of these is that white one, the number 5, the smallest one. It's like it just doesn't want to. Now, isn't that pretty? The ink, you just got to kind of move it around a little bit because it gets a little. I just love it. And you just barely touch it and it comes right out. Okay, our butterfly is done. She's the fairest of them all. All right, we're down to this little bit here. So I think we need to do our little frog. And I'm going to do his underbelly. Let's do it in the ivory first. 103. Because that way it won't be quite so yellow. It's kind of like we did that guy over there. And I'm going to do the spots in yellow. And I think he's got a little green eye, but I'm going to put some yellow in there in case. Just in case. Sharpen these a little bit. I think I'll work on his little arms. His leg. I was thinking there was another little hand in there, but there isn't. Then I'm going to come back with the darker color. This is light green 171. We are using polychromos, if I didn't say that. I can almost tell by looking at the pencils now. But there are some pencils out there that look like the same coloring. The same way. Alright. So now I'm just going to take my darker yellow green, earth green, yellowish 168. And just do a little highlighting on him now, even on his belly. And I think I'm going to leave his little eye yellow because it's too small. But we will take a here. See if a micro pen, and this might be too big even. Just make his little black darker. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right, we did these. I'm going to try to do them just like I did over here. And we did it in the purple, and then I went over it with the pink. So, what purple did we use? A dark purple. Let's find. That's almost a blue. I think I used that for something different. I try to look at the leads and not the and you can kind of see but you can see these are all almost the same color. That's what I've been having fun with. So this is the magenta violet, and I'm going to sharpen it. I love that pencil sharpener because it just stops when it's sharpened. So all I did is did the top and the bottom and down the spine. I'm just going back and forth really tiny. And the same with the top. This is when things get quiet. And what did I do to the end? I went this way on that one. And you can just darken around the very, very edges. And then, I think this one's too that. Then I took the light magenta, 119. and just went over the top. And that's all I did. So we got all of these to do. And if you accidentally close it all in, use your eraser. That's all you can do. This really doesn't take too long to do it this way. Let's see, we're going this way. Excuse me. All right, let's see. I'm gonna turn my book, so I need to get some things out of the way. There we go. They don't all have to be the same size. They're just given a highlight. You'll stand out really good. Let's see, then we went this way. Now, if you didn't like the light magenta, you can use a lighter purple. You can use white, and it kind of blends it back and forth. You can just very lightly use the same color and just barely go over it, and it will do the same kind of thing. So it's just kind of practicing to see what you like. Well, we're just going to fill that one in. It's too close. Now we gotta go around his little face. I just love the little animals in here. Before the week's over, I'm going to go through this book, a review. There's so many things that's gotten done in here. I did the tiger that's by the toucan. He turned out really cool. I was impressed. I impressed myself. And I think, again, it's just a matter of the colors that you pick that make the big difference, of course. Coloring makes a lot of difference too. Oh, we should have put a little purple. We may have to do a little purple on these. All right, we got the last leaf here. We're doing pretty darn good. I think these we just do in solid purple of some kind. Okay, well, let's just pick at random another purple. They all basically look alike, almost. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I'm just going to fill these little guys in. Okay, so we got everything done. And just put a different shade of purple in there. How about that? Okay. Which one? This purple violet. 136. And we're just going to kind of, just a little bit. Around this one side. Just really, really lightly is all I'm doing. Because I don't want to take away from what it is. That's what I'm going to do right there. That's it. Because I love the distressed ink look. That's why I know. I know I can do it if I would just do it, but you don't want to mess up your book. I know what you're saying. Oh, I'm going to practice a little more. I bought this one angel book from Amazon, and I don't like it at all. So maybe that would be a good book to practice on. Okay. So these, let's change colors. Let's go to the light magenta. Just do the edge. Not both edges, just one side. Just light enough that you're just barely putting any color down. Okay. The next thing I did was just come back in. I did a little bit of green. And just, last time, try not to get so carried away with the purple. And all I'm doing is trying to make this like a wreath, a running one. Add a little more color in. Just a little, not a lot, just a little. Am I in the... Okay. And I think I took the one that looks kind of like a... This one was the mowed lawn. And this one is the seed preserves, because it's, I think it's the, we'll see. Yeah, it's the more muted, kind of like the background. I like that one. And just a little bit. Kind of pulling the color along. Kind of went out and around. You can also tap on a darker color. I'm going to fill in just a little bit of this green. I'm just bringing it out a little bit. I learned from the other one not to get so crazy dark. Keep it light. Because it looks... I think we're done. Okay. Sign your name to your work of art, because that's what this, I think this is. Let's see if I can get up higher. Lift the camera up higher. Let me see. I'm just trying to get you in the full frame of this thing. I think it turned out really pretty. It's more colorful than what you're seeing, what I'm seeing, but it is beautiful. Give it a try, whatever colors you like. Now we've got a green one, and what other color did we do? We did another one, so maybe we'll do one of those, and I'll get this uploaded so you can see it. Nobody's told you today that they love you. I love you. You're family now. Thank you so much for being with me on my journey.